Hello, beautiful souls. I hope all of you are doing fantastic, and thank you guys so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. When we get to 950 subscribers, which is 25 more away from where we are right now, I will go into the name jar and pick out a name to see who will be the winner for the 950 subscribers. By the way, when we get to 1,000, it's going to change. I'm going to do 2 winners per month. So you guys can always just add your names into the name jar. It will stay in there until you get drawn. Okay. And if you get drawn, you can always just add your name back in there because this is the way it is. It is the way we roll around here. It's not like there's enough people to really put themselves in there that it would totally disturb the sequence. And God knows who needs to be chosen. Okay, so I always let God do all the choosing, even in my own life. Either way, so the collective message that I have is someone feels guilty for making the wrong decisions and they regret being toxic, selfish, in the wrong, letting their ego win because they know how important this soul contract is to them, but they aren't sure if they are strong enough to forgive themselves. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So this could be even you. You could be like, yeah, I really understand now the importance of that soul contract, and I let my ego get in the way. I allowed my toxic personality traits to ruin that for me and push this person away. Or this could be the fact that you were the one that was pushed away because of this person's toxicity. Okay, this person, whoever it is having a difficult time forgiving themselves for what they did. Okay, there is some kind of wake-up call, some kind of karma that this person had to go through and experience, and believe me, it was something they were like very disappointed by the time they were out of the situation, and they have been engulfed in regret ever since. Okay, so this is somebody who obviously didn't really have the means of being selfless before. And now all of a sudden they are changing their entire attitude, their entire belief system into being nothing but selfless. They already know what they did. They have no other choice but to pay it off in full contact, in full literal, like the contract has to be fulfilled. They have to pay off this contract. The feeling of like how important this contract of love is, because there was somebody they hurt them. This person experienced some type of hurt that was very similar, very maybe even the same, but it was excruciating. Now they know that they have to make the right footsteps forward to even have you or this individual, if it's you that's the one that did the hurting and you're like trying to forgive yourself and you're having a hard time, you or this other individual, whatever it may be, knows that it's that important to even have it in another lifetime. They have to make the right moves now for what they did to overcome it, to basically make up for it. Okay, so it's like you guys could have had this situation in this life, and then 6 lives from now they had to work through every single life to become a better person. That 6th life from now would be like the time for them to be able to bring that soul contract into some kind of reconciliation and union because of what they did. You know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling. Like it would take a while for them to really be able to forgive themselves fully, bring back to the table of what they knew would be comfortable and fulfilling for the other individual that they hurt. Okay, so either way, this is what we're tapping into today. So let's talk about this energy a little bit. Osho Zen. Talk about this energy, this person. There's an adventure that this person is seeking, and I'm telling you, it's like a selfless adventure. It's something new. It's something that's definitely not been discovered in their life. Okay, I feel like a lot of this individual's like life growing up was surrounded by a lot of selfish individuals themselves. Like they only thought the world revolved around them, their parents, their siblings, their family in general, the people that they would see, their grandparents, whatever maybe. There was like not very many people in this person's life that would kind of go out of their way for someone else. Okay, that's what I feel. And now they're on this new adventure and they're trying to be very courageous to do it. Let's get a Mystic Red Rose Oracle to get a little bit more into the situation. So this could be you I'm talking about, or this could be this person that hurt you and they know what they did. Grow with the snake, charmed or used, enabling boundaries. And the other one is a cut down, cutting out separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment. So stopping the pattern by going on this new adventure, trying to obviously enable certain boundaries that have been needed to be enabled this entire time, but they never allowed that to be the case. So this person has realized that they were used. They could have had a spell put on them with this charmed. Somebody could have put a spell on them. I cast a spell on you. Maybe it's the fact that your own ancestors were like, this mother heifer thought they could play with you or with this other individual, and guess what? They caused nothing but HELL for this person's life or yours. Okay, because sometimes when you mess around, you find out. And that's exactly the feeling I'm feeling with this charm. Somebody was definitely getting back at someone, but it was not the individual that got hurt. It was something tied to that individual that didn't appreciate what happened to that individual. Let me tell you right now. So something about silent treatment. And that could be exactly what happened. Like somebody literally just stopped talking to that person altogether or stop talking to you. You either stop talking to this person or they stop talking to you. Whether you're the person that's having a hard time forgiving yourself or it's you that were hurt by this person that's having a hard time forgiving. It's really hard to keep on track with that sometimes. You guys are just going to have to go with the flow with what I'm saying. So silent treatment, cut out, separated, no longer dealing with that. And then this person had no other choice but to deal with something. They messed with the wrong person. They messed with the wrong person. They're like, yeah, no, you really, you done effed up. That's why they're sitting in so much regret, because they know now. They see that. They're like, wow, the person I was with was super powerful, like super extraordinarily, like psychic, connected, aligned, protected, divinely, right? All those things. So let's see what we get. I'm a little shuffle in before we totally get it. I just want to. I like to do that because it gives it a little bit more of an enhancement. You know what I mean? Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away for me today. Y'all, if your singers sing that, do something with it. I don't know. I don't care. Take whatever you want out of my contact. Make something beautiful with it, please. Please. If it inspires you, there's a part of you that's in there that's similar to me, and I want you to take that and have it inspire you further to motivate you to do something with it. I don't ever think people are copying me. I don't ever think people are whatever. You guys feel something that is aligning with you? Whoo-wee! Do it. Okay? Please. Please. Don't hesitate. Don't let people think, oh, because I did that first, you're copying me. Don't you think you inspired me? I would think it was more of like I inspired someone, and that's even better, like so much better. Anyways, we have the Seven of Birds. See, this person has lied. They lied. They lied about a lot of things. We really have to get into that? And especially if you're the one that knew that you did this, you don't want to get into that. But that Seven of Birds is like deceit, you know, and because one deceived, one got deceived, you know, and now there's like a sense of being fatigued from the situation. I feel fatigued. What I'm feeling in this moment. What am I feeling exactly? Tense, tired. Body always so tense that it's constantly draining. Negative thought pattern too. Not something that's really good, as in my thoughts were not really wandering to a high-spirited rainbow place or anything. They were not at all. This person could be like 5'7". I'm getting 5'7". I'm definitely getting blonde or brown hair. That's huge right there. Blonde or brown. Maybe both. Maybe someone's got blonde, you know, bleached hair, but their brown roots are coming out like mine. But I'm not seeing mine. I'm seeing something else. Something similar to that blonde and brown. Okay. Seven of Birds is Aquarius or a Chinese or Tiger, so something specifically with that. Now, when an Aquarius is mad about something, they don't even look that person's direction anymore. You know what I mean? You make an Aquarius mad, you don't exist anymore, okay? But if you hurt an Aquarius's feelings, I'm pretty sure they really, really will get you back in a way that you won't even know it's them. I don't know where Aquarius is coming from, the Uranus energy. Something about being very eccentric. Also, something about being very like utilitarian type, utilizing things, being productive, skillful, and a sense of like very adaptable and resourceful in this energy. This could be something that you have had to learn if you're the one that got hurt. If you're the one that did this and you're regretting everything right now, like this could be you just trying to be in a better strategy of life in general. If you're trying to be selfless and all those things. Geomancer, trying to bring some things from so Geomancer brings things back to life, okay, that are dead. And if you want to get to a figurative like type of position with this, it means to me that a part of this person had things in them that maybe never came to life in the first place, never had the ability or the right types of observations or examples to be brought out. Okay, so therefore, there's a lot of love in this person, but they didn't realize that. They only worked from a way of what they saw, and that was a lot of projections and conditionings. And when we live like that, we do really wake up later in life and really regret it. Okay, and lots of people still have a lot of fear that they deal with because they've woken up and they don't know how to deal with what they've woken up to. And I do feel like this is something this person's realizing, and if this is you, then you know it's you. Okay, this take like I don't know, it's really hard to go back and forth like that, but I'm trying so hard. And then Geomancers is pretty much like bringing things to life that never got to be alive in the first place inside themselves. Okay, that's what I feel here. So trying to be more strategic in the way that that's dealing with here. In this sense, you have the Wanderer in the reverse, the Eight of Trees in the reverse, and the Knight of Birds in the reverse. So this is definitely someone who was a child that wasn't able to wander freely. They were definitely on a tight rope. They were maybe chained up in a sense to their house. They couldn't leave. They were grounded all the time. They couldn't have phones. They weren't having access to like friends. They weren't able to go to a friend's house to have a sleepover. They weren't able to really see other sides of life in a sense. They were trapped in something. I feel like they weren't able to do that. So they got so conditioned to thinking that somebody else has to make their decisions for them. And they ended up maybe not even really knowing how to, wash their own clothes or like make their own meals or clean up after themselves in all the ways, make their own bed. Like the certain things that we usually do as like daily tasks that are just simple ones that we have no other choice, but we do it. We just put it into our everyday situation, right? So this person didn't really do all that. They were kind of lazy. Eight of Trees is no reversal, is the sense like they weren't very hardworking. They may have relied on other people to fulfill things in their life, maybe like always wanting some kind of handout or something like that. Now this person's seeing this back, like they're looking back and they're having like this review of their life, and they're noticing that that wasn't something very honest. That wasn't an honest living in a sense, right? This is somebody who's realized like, I can't do this. This isn't right. I was super there's a lot lazy lady. There was a lot of perpetuous cycles that just kept going and going, and it was just more deceit, more lies, and more BS, really. And then the Nine of Birds in the reversal is telling me that this person has held on to extreme guilt, remorse, and shame from what they did. And this is why it's really hard for them to forgive themselves for a lot of the things that they should have done and they didn't do, and they didn't really have the knowledge or the access to those specific parts of themselves that would have done that. They didn't have that. They didn't have those types of examples to be set for them, like through their parents or through people, and they were kind of secluded from the world, so they didn't really get to see that unless they were at school or something, right? Maybe they were homeschooled in a sense, so they really didn't get to see anything. They really didn't get to have the experiences. They were really controlled. And then this is something that's like they can't just blame other people for the situation. Of course, it's really hard when you're a child, and it's like, well, who else do you blame for making me be put through those situations? Well, technically, blame is like the worst word to ever put out there in the world at all. There should be no such thing as a blame word, because we all take part in something. It does not matter what our situation is, whatever it may be. As a child, I know that my parents didn't work out. There was a lot of craziness going on back in the day. And it is real. It's real. Okay. They wanted to blame each other so much, but you know what? A child doesn't need to see that. A child doesn't need to see that. I may not have even lived with my mom or my dad, and I lived with my grandparents because I got taken away from them, and they were very childish or whatever. Well, the thing being is that, I don't blame my parents for that. I felt maybe a lot of abandonment issues that I've already worked through and all these things. And I can only say that it's made me a stronger person today, that I don't rely on other people for anything because of that, actually. I've actually had myself to rely on because a lot of people in my life didn't understand where I was coming from, didn't know what I was talking about, they didn't believe me, all these things. And I was like, I don't care if you believe me or not. I don't care. Like, as a child and growing, and I'm still confident in the way that I am today. I'm actually more confident than I've ever been. But I was a very confident child, and I knew what I was talking about. You could not tell me I was wrong. And I mean, and my grandparents would think that I would argue with a post, but technically they didn't understand a lot of the things that I understand within the spiritual development and reality of the divine. Now, they were in this, materialistic world, and they're conditioned too. Nobody is really to blame. Blame is just a really dumb word that should have never been brought into English or any of the words that we speak, because there should be only accountability, and you take accountability for the part that you took place in that situation, and that's all you do. You forgive yourself for the situation, for whatever it may be, and technically you don't even, it could be worse than you're realizing. It could be even not even that bad, but it doesn't matter. Your intention to take accountability for what that was, in that sense of where you were at in that situation, inside it, that's what you'll be forgiven for. Your intention towards it. Okay, so I feel like this is definitely either something you needed to hear if this is what you're going through. You can't blame. Blame isn't going to get you anywhere, but accountability will. Accountability will take your power back. Okay, that'll give it all back to you, and that's what you need. And the Nine of Birds in the reversal was like finding the light at the end of the tunnel for the situation to grow, to become a better person, a better version of the self that you want to be, and that's the highest version of your thought process, aligning with the consciousness, which is the highest version of you and the highest light frequency. So therefore it is calling you into that right direction if this is you that we're talking about. And if this isn't you, then you were the one that got hurt by this person. This is what this person is currently going through and experiencing. One message: drink more water is important. Somebody says I'm sorry. So you're sorry, or this person that hurt you is very sorry. They don't even know how to forgive themselves because of how sorry they really are. Okay? I hope this helps. You guys are incredible. And I'm moving on to new questions. And so the question thing. So I'll ask Spirit to give me like sensations from cards to be like, what kind of question can we put together for the collective? Because this is something I like to do. So it gives me more of that enhancement with you guys. But I always write down the questions or whatever the collective message that's coming through that I feel. And then I will go in and I'll draw out of my little charm bag for all the zodiac signs to see which ones need that question, okay? And then I will put all the charms back, and I will still randomly choose them to see where we're leading and which one's energy is needed at that moment. So that's what I try to do. And I feel like that's why I don't have very many views on a lot of my readings, is because I get really freaking personal. Like, it may be like a general reading, but I get so personal with it. I don't know how to not get personal with it. So if y'all feel like you're getting a personal reading, it probably really is for you. You know what I mean? Because I don't have very many viewers. Like, I mean, up to 15 sometimes 20. Sometimes it goes more, but it doesn't always go up. And I know out of like everybody else that's a YouTube reader, like a psychic reader, they have probably over thousands of people watching, right? So like theirs are more of a sense of collective. And I do sometimes watch other people, and I know for a fact that they don't get as deeply personal. And I've realized, like, I just can't hold back. Like, I'm just too much of a truthful, honest person. What I'm feeling, I'm going to give it to you regardless, because I just can't hold back. And it's not even for money-making purposes in that sense. I would like to make money. Obviously, we all want it, right? But I'm not addicted to making money. I'm not, like, addicted to money, and, like, that money is a drug, and I'm not addicted to that kind of thing. And I just enjoy helping you guys. If anything, giving to you gives to me in the way that I need to succeed and flourish. And that's all that really I need from you, as much as you could get from me. And that's all I'm trying to do, is just fill your cup up with love, because I know you guys fill me up too. You guys are amazing. I hope all of you remember that. Either way, have a beautiful rest of your day.